Alright guys, today I'd like to introduce how I use Cloud Code or any TUI application using the LLM or agents. So ever since there are a lot of tools coming out, starting from the Cursor, which is IDE, now we have the Cloud Code, Codex, Gemini CLI, which allows you to run the agent from the command line. And I find this Cloud Code is just one thing that I keep using, which is quite useful. So I'm gonna introduce this Cloud Code today. If you ever worked on Cloud Code, this is gonna be supplementary materials. If you ever never worked in the Cloud Code, this is definitely something you want to check out. So let's get started. Um, the Cloud Code is the CLI to which you can install with the npx or whatever the environment you have. So once you get into your project, you can start with the cloud, which triggers this terminal application. And as you can see that this Cloud Code allows you to get in and start with the bunch of commands. So the slash gives a lot of commands that you have, but definitely you can do the init as it's said here. You can also do some of the plugin and the plugins like additional tool that you can use on top of it. Um, Basically, the Cloud Code itself is just one conversation stuff, but it's talking with the agent, so the agent has a persistent memory instead of just one chat session. And therefore, what you can do is you can give them a lot of memories. So this is a brand new chat window, but I can also ask. So it takes time to make an answer. There is no straight replying, but it's actually take a time to answer, and it's yes. So Cloud Code can retain the memory, which is called crowd.md file. You can make this project file to give the instruction. Let's say if you work on the Python and you always want to run the pip install or pip upgrade some packages, you can ask Cloud to make that as like a prerequisite. So it runs every time when you try to do some operation. Other thing is what you can do is you can also instruct the Cloud to do specific, let's say you like to connect with the web browser, you like to search some kind of API documentation, you can also ask it to make an npc server. And there's other thing which is called the skills. So the skills is the bunch of the plugin materials which allows Cloud to read additional sort of like markdown or some script, and which is highly scoped out. So if you like the Cloud to do some machine learning operation, which I have right here, you can install the skills and allow Cloud to get specific knowledge about the topic that you want to discuss. This is actually also useful because the plugin has a bunch of available options. So if you're interested in like front end, you can just give the front end development design knowledge. If you interested in the backend, you can definitely check out the TypeScript or something Xpart, which also comes with the additional plugin. Let's say if you have the additional plugins, you can also install the Xpart type of knowledge. But basically, what it's saying is you have additional capability to allow the crowd to do the operation. So now what you see after the slash, it's all the additional capability that I gave the Cloud to do it. So it allows Cloud to do specific task. So let's say the machine learning operation ML pipeline, and well, what is it? You can also just check machine learning, and it's a machine learning pipeline, multi-agent ML ops orchestration. So I can just ask, hi, what you can make today. But we can also do the Ctrl and O, which allows the background operation. So now the Claude answer, it's a this comprehensive ML pipeline orchestration workflow. So it's a what's the available options, so it has like a better knowledge about working on the specific subject. And you can also create your own skills. So with the once you create your own skill, you can make a marketplace and install with your own skill. For example, I created this GitRL, which is the reinforcement learning, and this is from my GitHub repo. It allows to use this specific tools called the GitRL, which essentially allows Claude to retain the persistent knowledge instead of the retrievable generation. It uses policy-based reinforcement learning, which allows Claude to use specifically the retaining memory experiences. So by this way, you have the multi-level capability on the cloud. And there's another thing which you get popular, which you could like a Ralph. So this is from the Simpson Ralph, if you know already, which is basically, as it said, autonomous agent system. So when you execute a Ralph, yeah, so you will first make like high user story. If you work on agile, you probably heard of the user story. So you create the user story and set the acceptance criteria and stuff like that, and then the Ralph automatically try to make a sub user story if it's necessary, and basically create whatever the component of the schema backend. And so this is very interesting because it's iterative operation, and you get a lot of result out of it. And you can of course clear just like the common terminal. You got a lot of commands really. You want to check usage. You can also resume the old session. So you can also switch your model, and yeah, so it's a very comprehensive tool. So if you're only using the cursor at this moment, you might be overwhelmed about what the Claude Code can do, and I think this is really useful and amazing um, tool. So I check. I'll recommend you to check out, and see you next time.